Listen, Cameron and Mase reportedly signed for $30 million. It is what it is. Signs a major deal. We're going to get into everything. I'm going to tell you all the insight on what you need to know on all things Cameron and Mase. You already know. Listen, if you've been living under a rock, Cam has definitely been electrifying the sports landscape. He's been doing it for a while, but as recent, he just been blowing up. It is what it is. It's like the fastest rising sports show in the world, and they've had numerous guests from from all genres, and clearly he done went into baseball. He's got a Spanish team that's running that. You got the football season coming up. Cam is all over everything. So make sure you subscribe for more news updates and more. So keyword is reportedly 30 million. I'm not sure if Cameron has verified that it was actual $30 million. We're going to get into that exact dollars and cents. I hope that Cam could definitely speak on it, but clearly they have signed a deal. Earlier, this year, we all know Cam and Mase linked back up. It was a lot of hoopla with their relationship through the years. We've heard numerous records and things of that nature, but they both have done something spectacular. And it's crazy that all of this has came out, but basically they have signed a multi-million-dollar deal with the first major sponsor, Underdog Fantasy, a sports betting company. I'm hearing that they are one of the fastest rising companies in sports, and to get with one of the fastest rising, programs, and then now you got the fantasy. Oh man, it just seemed like this is a perfect match. Cameron and Mase, they invested their own money. That's something that people don't know. Nobody gave them this thing. This was an investment that Cam did, and Mase, the pair both each invested $250,000 of their own money to make it work. And definitely, clearly, their investment has paid off. And look where they're at now to this day. I knew this was going to come. Now the only problem is now that the major companies are getting involved, how does that affect the way they produce their content? Because we've seen it, with Drink Champs. When Drink Champs was doing their thing, Nori, basically once they got with Revolt, they basically cleaned up the content. It was a lot of things. See, that's the only thing. When the big investors and the big deals start coming in the table, we talking $30 million, it's going to be ramifications involved, but I know that Cam is going to make sure it's authentic, keyword, he says what he wants, these are the mottos that it is what it is, Cam and Mase, they go by, and I doubt that Cam, would mess around with that aspect of the show, the authenticity of the way they speak and the way they maneuver. I don't think that's something that he's willing to compromise on, so it's going to be very interesting to see. And you already know here at Flight Sports, we're going to be here documenting it all. This is definitely one of my favorite sports shows from its inception, and there's other shows that Cam is getting into. I think that's something that I think some of these investors and people are getting and taking heed to. Cam got another show that's coming out. It's almost more like a Dr. Phil. It's called Come Talk to Me, if I'm not mistaken. And I think that that's something that a lot of people can gravitate to. And when these investors talking 30 million, this ends, I don't know if it's just for this show or could it be for various shows, but Cam and Mase, they're no strangers to, this limelight and attention. I just love the way they've expanded their portfolios as artists now, leaving the artistry. I wouldn't say they're leaving it behind, because I think they got an album or mixtape coming out or something. I'm pretty sure it's an album. At this stage, it's nothing but albums. But clearly, Cam is still, rapping. He's touring. He's doing his thing. I think that Cam is one of the most underrated artists, to ever grace, the mic. You obviously got Hip Hop's 50, coming on. They're celebrating 50 years of hip hop. And Cam and Mase definitely have their place in hip hop. And what more hip hop is than what they're doing right now with the sports world? You know, they're changing the game forever, you know, and in this new era where you don't need the major networks anymore, you know, there was a point in time when you couldn't do nothing without a TNT, without a ESPN and stuff like that. They're not running to these brands. They're not running to these companies. You know, they, like I said, they've established $250,000 of their own money. So clearly they know a little something about building. And for them to get with a brand like this, with their who's invested in them, you know, I'm pretty sure that they're gonna bring it and bring all the attention to this new brand. You know, this is exactly what the doctor ordered. I knew it wasn't gonna be long. You know, they had too many stamps, and who knows what this could bring. You know, would they be on a major network? How else can this grow them as sports talking guys? You know, obviously we know them as artists and things of that nature, but hopefully this deal, you know, helps them, you know, just expand in this genre, you know, because I think that a lot of people view Cam and Mase and this show as almost like a joke, a sideshow, and things of that nature. But they breaking real news. You know, real revelations are happening on the show, and I think that, you know, people just need to just take heed and just watch the process unfold. You know, it's gonna be an unbelievable process. So everybody just needs to be patient. You know, it is what it is. It ain't going nowhere. You know, clearly this show is here to stay, and we're gonna be here documenting it all. We have an array of it is what it is content. Also, Cam said the show won't be back until the first week of September. So clearly they're on a break, on a hiatus. It is the off season. I'm pretty sure that his team, they're gearing up for the start of the NFL season. Obviously, the start of the NBA season. I think that's when we're gonna be clicking on all cylinders, and I think that's what everybody's gearing up for. You know, in my humble opinion, everybody's getting in position for the season. You know, to be honest with you, and Cam and Mase, they are no exception. And I'm trust me, I won't be surprised if they have all the bells and whistles and they making sure everything, you know, is on point. You know, this is the beginning. This is only the beginning. You know, like I said, this show ain't been out, I don't think, a full year yet. You know, and they already signed a big deal. So it clearly shows you the trajectory of where this show is going to be in the next coming years. You know, it's just the first. You know, who knows where they're going to be 2 years from now, 3 years, 10 years. You know, I think that this show is going to stand alone. And they're ready, man. These are the guys, it's the leaders of the new school in the sports world, man. It's Flight Sports. They trailblaze in music. Now it's time to trailblaze in sports. Cameron and Mase Inc., a big time deal. We not sure if it's 30 million or what, but the reports are coming out that it's 30 million. Make sure you subscribe because we're gonna break it all down. As soon as the news, as soon as Cam and Mase speak, we're gonna be here to speak. Peace and love.